Hello everyone, it's Nicole Kelleher from My Christmas. It's lovely to be with you this Sunday evening. I was going to say Saturday. I hope you've had a lovely weekend and a great week. Today we're going to be talking about classic Christmas and traditional themes. But as you know, when I do these recordings, I am by myself for a while. There's a bit of a delay, so I just want to make sure I am going. If someone can give me the signal you're there, say hi, thumbs up, whatever. And for anyone watching, if you can, like, share, make a comment on here. It does help Facebook share this with more and more people, which is great as well. So it's great to see everyone there. So let's get this technology working. Let's get straight into it. Okay, so today, classic Christmas, traditional Christmas. It's always going to be around. We've got trends that change every year, and we might change the name of it. But traditional red and green and gold is always going to be popular and is always such a beautiful, stunning look for Christmas. So today we've got the last of our trees that we prepared before lockdown to share with you. So thank you to Fiona, who I can see is on board. I'm not sure if Michelle, I didn't see if Michelle's here today. Oh, Michelle is there too. Thank you to Fiona and Michelle who set this up for us and worked so hard, as I've said, in those couple of days before we got locked down. So let's start with our stop motion video, which I love. And then I'll go through this twice for you so you can see it, and then we'll go through some of the images in a little bit more detail. So let's have a look at this. Okay, I think you'll have to agree. It's pretty gorgeous, stunning look. And you'll see straight away that working with the traditional colours, as we try and do with each of these sessions, we do try and give you a little twist so you can think about something a bit different that you might like to try on your tree. So in this one, we've used the royal blue, which has become popular because a lot of the nutcrackers have the blue in them as well. So that was where the sort of inspiration came to add that colour to this line. So let's just have one more look at the stop motion, and then we'll go through and look through some of the details in look through some of it in more detail. Okay, Kerry has also joined us. So for anyone who has bought from, so it's mychristmas.com.au, Kerry is always on the phone to you, helping with the online. She's managing that whole side of it. As you know, Michelle and Fiona are in the store, as well as helping with all the online at the moment, because that's all that we're doing. So it's so great to have the girls with me on there as well. And Fiona, I can see that you're there. Can you just confirm for me that it is one of the starbursts that you've put in the top of the tree, so I can just talk about that as well? I forgot to ring you and ask. So let's have a look at some of the components that we've put into this tree and how we've worked together. So first of all, as you've seen us do with a lot of our trees in this, rather than just using a star, which, it's really easy for you to put onto a tree, we like to show you something a bit different. So we have used red and gold foliage at the top of the tree, and a couple of different types of foliage. So there's a leaf in there, there's a curly red pick as well, the sprays of gold. And then Fiona's added one of the starbursts, which normally hangs from the ceiling, so they're just the fine sprays of lights, and she's added that at the top to really add a pop of brightness to the top of the tree, which is a really beautiful effect. And then worked the ribbon right into the top, so there's a few loops of the ribbon, so the ribbon becomes a real part of the feature of the top of the tree, rather than just being fed through the tree itself. The starbursts we've also used just for those, I hope you know what I mean, but they're just fine wires with light at the end of them. We've also had battery operated starbursts, and you might have seen in the past, we've had an elf holding one as a tree topper. So that's another option. You know, you can use something like that and the elf's holding the star. Effectively, you turn it into the star at the top of the tree. Now you can see what has happened with the ribbon here. Rather than cutting it, which we've shown you a few times, where we've cut the ribbon and put it in different places through the tree, in this one Fiona has added the ribbon and fed it in and out of the tree, but kept it as a single piece and then zigzagging it through the tree. And we've used 4 different ribbons in here. So you've got the main colours of your red and green with the gold on there, and then this beautiful just pop again of the cobalt colour, royal blue. So that's a really nice way. That fine ribbon looks great there to add that little touch to what we're working with, which is all of those, the addition of that blue to the colour scheme. Okay, next, just taking it to the next stage, we've got all the poinsettias in there. So again, using some of the bright blue poinsettias in there, as well as lots of the red poinsettias. You could also use gold, or there's some gorgeous magnolias also, big magnolias in, I think they're both in red and in gold, which as well as silver as well, but for this colour theme, which is great, and a beautiful option. And I don't know if you can pick it up on your screens or not, but it's really great to use some of these luster sort of style balls. They're just baubles, but they've got they've just got this beautiful luster. I think they're coated on the inside so that the red is really reflective in there. So that's nice, and a few finials. So don't ever forget, you can mix things up and use finials as well as using the baubles on the tree. All right, so it's coming together there. And then the finished look, which I think you'll agree looks pretty amazing. The wreath I made in a previous Facebook Live, but in that I actually was putting a nutcracker in it, and then someone wanted nutcrackers, so I took it out and put baubles all over it. But I have used glass, so obviously an inside wreath rather than an outside, something that's very fragile but looks amazing. So if you're putting glass on wreaths, you've seen me do it before, but I always tie anything on when it's glass so that if it breaks, it's easy to replace it. But if you're using plastic baubles, you can always glue them onto the wreath. The blue are actually plastic and everything else is glass on there. On our fireplace, we've used one of our Alberta garlands, but in a half length. So it's normally 2.7 meters. I've just cut it in half for there. And that has our cluster lights, our garland cluster lights on it, which would be a 3-meter string of lights. And once you've got lights, everything looks great. So simply adding a couple of poinsettias on the end and some lovely sized bauble bunches in there. And if it's at home, it's really easy to just put it in place and add some of those bunches of baubles onto your garland. And then the candle holders, LED candles, and some glass trees with our little nutcracker guy in the middle there. And then on the table, we've got the gorgeous velvet runner. You can see we've got the velvet runners have come in a number of colours this season, which is beautiful because they just always look really luscious on the tables. And we use charger plates nearly all the time when we're decorating because they're just an easy way of adding a pop of colour to the table. So you could have gone with the red, you could have gone with gold, or mix them up. I've got at home, I own red, silver and gold, and this year I'm actually going to get, oh no, I've got green as well, and I'm going to get another colour as well. And that way, if you want to, you can mix them. So you could have one red, then the next one gold, red, gold, to change the look up as well. And then on here we've got our just reindeers set amongst our foliage with the beautiful poinsettias and baubles on there. I'd love to know what you guys are doing. I know you've told a few of me, you have told me, but I'm sure a lot of you were doing traditional as well as this year. We've certainly found that peppermint, gingerbread, whimsical have also been really popular. And I'm starting to see a lot of interest in the blues and champagne tones as well. A couple of photos of the table for you so you can see, oh, there the lights are on now, so you can see the little lights run through there. And that was a made-up piece, so that's a pre-made, or you can make it yourself. So it's easy to add a few poinsettias and a little bit of foliage to a piece of greenery. The centerpieces, if you always have a great centerpiece at home, you can use it on a table, you can use it on your sofa table, you could use it instead of a garland on your mantle. It's a really great versatile piece that can be used over and over. And then I just thought I'd show you a few other photos of traditional, just a few thoughts of what you can do. So remember, with your traditional, you've got your red and green. Something like these pots that you've seen with poinsettias in them, a really simple way of adding a really sort of special piece with so little effort, because you're just basically getting a piece of florist foam in a pot and putting some poinsettias in there, or magnolias. You can do either or. So that's a really nice option for you. Again, with this fireplace, you can see then we've just got the stockings on there. Oh, we didn't have stockings on the other one. So the stockings are another way you can finish off your display and really create that overall ambience that you're looking for with everything you do. Their photos, just to show you another option with your traditional. And we will be doing, we're going to be doing a bit of black and white this year, and when we get into the store we'll be using the black and white in our traditional theme, so that's why we thought we'd do the blue in this one, to show you a different option for it. But just to show you, you can add a little bit of, you know, your black and white as an example with your traditional colors there. She used a lot of emerald green, or sort of brighter sort of mid-tone green in that tree. In fact, it doesn't look like they've used gold, so they've used those two main colours with the black and white, so that's another option. And then this is just the black and white. Again, this is kind of a mix between traditional and whimsical. And again, I wanted to show you because I know a lot of you like the whimsy, a lot of you like traditional. You might have a collection of ornaments. Tradition and the whimsy really lend themselves. If you've got an eclectic mix of pieces you've bought when you travelled or the kids have had and so forth, you can add these base colours, the red, the greens, or even the gold, to your tree with larger size baubles like you're seeing here, these bigger size balls in here. You add a number of them throughout your tree and you suddenly create an overall theme, and then you can still use all the special pieces. What exactly is whimsy? Whimsy I consider like the elves, the red, white and apple green. Little bit more fun rather than a little bit more traditional and formal. I think classic Christmas is a little bit more formal, and more whimsical Christmas is a little bit lighter, a little bit more kidsy often. So you'll often have in the more whimsical, like here you've got this ornament here that, you know, is a little bit fun. You've got teacups in there. These ornaments are sort of a bit more on the fun side. I can see some Dorothy shoes down there, so I would consider them whimsical ornaments. As I said, if you want to share it, like it, post, say hi, whatever, let Facebook know that we've got some content others might like, and that'll help us move forward and get more and more people to see our posts. We have 30,000 followers and Facebook shares it with about 3,000. So it's a little bit frustrating, to be honest, but we love having you guys here, which is great. And if you can share the message, that's also awesome. Again, mychristmas.com.au if you're looking for product inspiration. If you're looking for design and how-to inspiration, then run through all these posts. We've been doing this at least twice a week since March for you. And so there is so much content on Facebook. We've put a lot of that also on our YouTube channel, which you can get to. Unfortunately, it's under my name, so it's a bit confusing, but you can get to it from our website. You'll see the YouTube link. We even have a Pinterest link to lots of Pinterest pages where we've pinned a whole lot of images that inspire us and we thought were pretty beautiful that we could use, or things that we've shared to people. So there's lots of things that we've got. Oh, and if you aren't already on our Instagram, make sure you also follow our Instagram page. Catherine has been doing an amazing job. She's trying really hard not to have the same things go through on Instagram and Facebook all the time. Sometimes there's going to be a crossover, but we do have lots of different content on there. So it's just the Instagram is just My Christmas is our Instagram handle. So until Wednesday, I hope you have a fabulous couple of days. Again, thank you for joining me and for your love of Christmas and your love of decorating. And I'm here for any questions if you're watching the replay as well. So have a great night, and I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. Take care. Bye.